What is up, guys? Justin Gaming here, and I know it's been like maybe a year since I posted my last video. I'm very sorry about that. Just got distracted and a whole bunch of other stuff that I've been doing. But today we're gonna be doing a Balzeken Vmax Zereora V deck list. This deck, I believe, is one of the best decks right now. It's like probably like top 5 around there. It's very, very powerful, and it spreads around damage like crazy to take 5, maybe even win the game in 1 turn. It's ridiculous. But just to warn you, I do have a lot of proxies. I don't have any battle styles cards at not one. No Chilling Reign cards at all. Due to the pandemic, I haven't been able to go play Pokemon that much anymore. But I still ain't caught up. But you know, I'll show you the cards on the screen whenever I say them. But yeah, first up, we're gonna have a 3-3 line. Balzeken V, Balzeken V, Balzeken Vmax, right there. As you'll see on the screen, Balzeken Vmax is a great card. I mean, it allows you. It is the first attack is not an attack you would really want to use in this deck, especially the way this deck is built. The deck is mostly revolving around the second attack. What the second attack does is 130 damage. Allows you to attach 2 energies from your discard pile. Any 2 energies, it doesn't matter what. To your discard pile. From your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. 2 of your Pokemon, my bad. That is a very good move. It's kind of like Tapu Koko Prism. But it just spreads out energies. You could get those energies onto the Zereora V and start doing a bunch of damage. And then we have 3 copies of Zereora V. His attack, I believe, is called Crossfits. I forgot because I don't have the actual card, but I believe it's called Crossfists. He do 100 damage, but if a Rapid Strike Pokemon attacked the last turn, you do 160 to the bench. And I'll explain how it becomes even more damage later. But let's move on to a 3-3 line of Octillery and Remoraid. Well, Octillery pretty much. So Octillery, if you don't know, just allows you to search your deck for a Rapid Strike card. Any card. It could be Zereora V, Rapid Strike Energy, Cabrina's Focus, any Rapid Strike card, any card that has the Rapid Strike logo, you can search that for. And that's why this card is in the deck, because Zereora V and Balzeken Vmax are all Rapid Strike Pokemon. So yeah. And then we have 1 copy of Passimian. So what Passimian does, its ability allows you to do 30 more damage to the bench, which corresponds with Zereora V's attack very well, because it allows them to do 190 to the bench. So you're knocking out Crobat, Dedenne, everything pretty much. You're already knocking out Dedenne with the first attack, but you're able to knock out. Now you have more options like Eldergloss and Crobat V now. And yeah. And then now we have Tapu Koko Prism. Pretty much the ability does the same thing as the attack of Balzeken Vmax, except you have to go into the Lost Zone. If you don't have a Balzeken Vmax out and you want to get set up, Tapu Koko Prism is a great way to get set up with your lightning energies. So yeah. And then we have 1 copy of Mew. We have played Mew in this deck because of Urshifu Vmax, Rapid Strike Urshifu Vmax, and maybe mirror matches because Zereora does damage to the bench. So yeah, that's the only reason why we have in the deck. So yeah. And then we play 1 copy of the Dedenne GX. Very simple. Discard your hand, draw 6. Just pretty much research, but one less card as a Pokemon. And now let's move on to the trainer cards. Alright guys, so let's start off with the supporters. Move on to the items after supporters, obviously. So we're playing 4 Cabrina's Focus. I feel like without Cabrina's Focus, I feel like this deck struggles a little bit, because you don't have that extra draw support that you can search out with artillery. And it just helps tremendously in so many situations. When I tried out this deck, I tried it out first without Cabrina's Focus. It didn't work too well. Cabrina's Focus is a need in this deck. If you don't have Cabrina's Focus, don't put Cabrina's Focus, I meant to say, into the deck. It's not going to work that well. So yeah, Cabrina's Focus is a must in the deck. And then we have 3 copies of Research. Obviously just discard your hand, draw 7, very straightforward. And then 2 Boss. I was thinking about playing 3, but I decided to add another card instead of that. But you'll see what it is around the end of the video. But yeah, Boss's Order, very straightforward. Just switch your opponent's bench Pokemon with their into the active, and you can take good knockouts. But just a heads up, the Boss's Orders, the way you probably are going to want to play this Boss's Orders is to bring up a Pokemon that probably doesn't have any damage on it. Then the Pokemon that is in the active, switch it to the bench, so then you could snipe that Pokemon and take like 4 prize cards depending. And it'll be even better if the Pokemon, I meant to say, you bring up has damage on it. You could take 5 prize cards, 6 prize cards at once. So very, very easy to do that with Zereora. And then we have 1 copy of Cheryl, just in case if we have too much damage on, let's say, Balzeken Vmax, because Zereora V could easily get knocked out, one-shotted by things like Zacian, let me think, Eternatus Vmax, Shadow Rider Vmax. Yeah, so pretty much anything that because he doesn't have a lot of HP, so he could easily get knocked out. So pretty much we have that 1 copy of Cheryl just in case for the Balzeken Vmax. And then let's move on to the items. Items, we have 4 copies of Quick Ball. 4 copies of Quick Ball. Oh, my bad. Quick Ball, very good card for any deck. Every deck should play it. Discard a card from your hand, search your deck for a basic Pokemon. Very easy to understand. And then we play 2 copies of Telescopic Sight. So, moving on back to where I was talking about how you do a lot of damage to the bench. With the Telescopic Sight attached to your Zereora V, you can do 220 damage. A very, very, very good amount of damage. I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, I'm pretty sure you're one-shotting Zacian V with that. Yeah, you are. You are with a one-shotting Zacian V. You're one-shotting almost every V that is valuable right now. So, it's very, very powerful. And then we play 2 copies of Air Balloon. Obviously, because we need to be able to retreat out of there. So then our Zereora V could start spreading some damage around, or taking some knockouts with his crossfist attack. But yeah. And then we play 2 copies of Pokecom. If you don't know what it does, it allows you to shuffle a Pokemon from your hands to the deck to get another Pokemon. I feel like almost every deck should at least play 2 or more of them in your deck. If you don't have Pokecom in your deck, you should definitely put it in, because Pokecom is or Pokemon communication is very, very, very valuable. Bring this up a little bit so you can see it better. Yeah. All right. And now I play, and then also this plays 2 copies of Reset Stamp, just in case, just to disrupt your opponent by shuffling their hand to the deck and drawing as many prize cards. Most of the time you're going to want to play it when they have 3 or less prize cards left. It's the best time to play Reset Stamp. And then we have 2 copies of Evo Incense, just to switch out those auxiliaries and the Balzeken Vmax. Very straightforward, because you're only allowed to switch your deck for evolution cards with that card. And then we're playing 2 copies of Switch. I'll put it right here so you guys can see. Let me move this back again. You guys can see a little bit better. Okay, 2 copies of Switch. Very simple. Switch your active Pokemon to your bench, bring it up the bench Pokemon to bench. All right, until you're active. And then we have Escape Rope. Very valuable because it could technically be like a boss if your opponent only has active and 1 bench. It could technically be a boss, or it could just be a switch. But it can be very valuable because depending how much damage you spread around on them, you could pretty much just bring up someone from there and then start taking huge knockouts with this card. Escape Rope is very valuable, very, very valuable. And then we have 1 copy of Ordinary Rod. Ordinary Rod, the reason why is because you're going to want to try to get your Pokemon. It's not really for the energy because you need those energies in your discard pile, but it's to get Pokemon back into the deck if you really need to. So yeah. And then we play 2 copies of Tower of Waters, just to have that extra option. It's pretty much an air balloon, just that extra option to retreat, and 1 copy of Path of the Peak. We play Path of the Peak in here is because mainly because of the Eternatus Vmax matchups. That disrupts Eternatus Vmax so bad that I think the max damage they do is 150, I believe. Hold on, let me do the math again. Yeah, 150. The max damage they're doing is 150, which is not a lot. So it's not enough, a lot in this time. So yeah, and yeah, I'll clean this up. I'll be right back. All right, so now we have, like I said, I don't have any Battle Styles cards, so these fighting energies are Rapid Strike energy. So I'm playing 4 copies of Rapid Strike energy. If you don't have Rapid Strike, if you don't put Rapid Strike energy in the deck, put it in, because for this specific deck, because Rapid Strike energy is probably the most valuable energy in this deck. And then we have 6 copies of Lightning energy, because then Zereora V won't be able to attack. So we need to get that into the discard pile, start charging up the Zereora V, or maybe even another Balzeken Vmax. And yeah, that's the list. I hope this was helpful for anybody who's trying to make a Balzeken Vmax or RV, or just trying to make a decker in general. I hope this was very helpful. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, like on the video, hit the like bell, hit the bell, and yeah, see you guys later.